Hey everybody, joriz here. FNaF is a franchise that needs no introduction. So I'm not gonna introduce it. Anyways, FNaF, it's caused a lot of traumatic events in my life. Like there's been instances many times where I look back at my childhood, even though I'm still technically in my childhood because I'm 17, but I'll look back in my childhood and I'll think about some of the things that were going on, and I realized that one way or another, FNaF was somehow impacting it. It was somehow harming me. Freddy Fazbear was hurting me through that moment, even though I was trying to watch Dan TDM play Tamagotchi Life, and Five Nights at Freddy's, it was just right there haunting me. I was being haunted by it was like a ghost haunting my spirit. I couldn't sleep at night properly. I couldn't shower properly. I had to wake up at 6 a.m. Who wakes up at 6 a.m. as a 10-year-old? That doesn't make any sense. And it was awful. And then so now I'm going to express my disdain for Freddy Fazbear, which I don't actually have. I think Freddy, he kind of, honestly, learning about FNAF lore, Freddy kind of seems like a pretty cool guy. So I'm not sure why I was really scared of him when I was, growing up, is realizing Freddy Fazbear is actually kind of a chill guy. All right, that's one of the big things I learned. Anyways, now in order to address the accusations I've just made against Freddy Fazbear, I must first explain the biggest one. I couldn't shower properly. What does this even mean? What do you mean I couldn't shower properly as a child? Okay, so here's the thing. When I showered, I don't know how or why this became a thing, but one of the shower, like one of the bathrooms has like a little closet in it. And so what would happen is that I was really scared that Chico would jump out and kill me while I was showering. And so what I would do in order to prevent this was that I would like try and convince my brother, who he's like 4 years older than me, and he's not afraid of horror. And so I'll try to convince him to go into the bathroom while I showered in order to like protect me from Chica jumping at me. I didn't tell him this. I didn't tell him that that's like exactly what was happening, but I was like, because I was trying to be discreet about it. I was like, can you like, can you be in like the shower, or like not in the shower, but in the bathroom? To be clear, he was not in the shower. I want to make it crystal clear. He was not in the shower. He did not see me without clothes. All right. What would happen is that I would shower first, and he would be in the same room. He would be in the bathroom, and then when I was done showering, he would leave, and then I would leave the shower in order to put on clothes. All right, I want to make that crystal clear. But anyways, I was telling my brother, like, yeah, can you like go into the bathroom with me, and I'm gonna shower, and it'll be real quick. Like you can play Clash Royale while this is happening, okay? And my brother understandably thinks this is really weird and doesn't want to do this, but I'd have to like. I think I like convinced him to do it like 3 times total max. I couldn't do it any further, and then from that on, I had to man up and really face my fears. In hindsight, I don't really know what the plan was, because I don't. It's not like my brother could like fend off Chico. I was like probably, it was 2016, so I was probably like 9 years old back then. Like he would be 13. He's around 4 years older than me. I don't think like our combined efforts could defeat Chica. Chica seems like pretty strong, honestly. To give her credit where credit's due. Anyways, the second accusation I made is something I actually can't really remember. Sleep schedule. It ruined my sleep schedule. FNAF, he ruined my sleep schedule, and by he I mean Freddy Fazbear. So here's the thing: what happened? When I was 10 years old, I would wake up consistently at 6 a.m. Why was a 10-year-old waking up at 6 a.m.? That makes no sense. And I'll tell the story right now, because that's the whole point. That's the point of this video. I'm telling the story about how I got traumatized and haunted and am a victim of Five Nights at Freddy's, all right? Let me tell the story. I'm saying this like someone's like stopping me from telling my story. Like there's like another person here like preventing me from telling the story. I don't know why I'm doing this. Anyways, what would happen is that my brother, being 4 years older than me, he was attending high school. When I was 10 years old, I was attending elementary school. Elementary school in America starts at around 9 a.m. High school in America starts around 7 a.m. Why? I don't know. They must hate children because they love sleep deprivation. I don't know. Like to this day, I actually still don't know. Like there's like a lot of like, I think there's a lot of research about how like this is really bad and that they should like stop doing this. And then they just don't, and I don't really know the reason behind why they push everything back by an hour each time you like level up in school. Did I just say level up in school? I meant graduate. Oh my god. All right. Well, the point being, I started school at 9 a.m. My brother started school at 7 a.m. And naturally, he had to wake up earlier than me. And so he would wake up at 6 a.m. to go to high school. But here's the problem. I would be home alone when this happens because my mom would be at work during this time, and my dad would have to go in and pick him up, or well, not pick him up, drop him off at high school. And so that would just leave me, joriz 2012, 10-year-old joriz 2012, a Pokemon Brick Bronze player, soon to be Hypixel Skyblock victim, would just be alone, home alone. And Freddy Fazbear, he could get me. He can crawl the windows, he can open them, and he'll punch me, he'll kill me. And so I was really scared of this happening. And so what happened is that I would wake up at 6 a.m. and also just tag along. I would also just go with my brother to drop him off at high school. And then I'd leave. I'd come back, and I had like nothing to do for like the next 3 hours because who the hell, what 10-year-old wakes up and goes to school in like 3 hours? Okay, well, not goes to school, but wakes up at that late of a time. Anyways, one of the final things to happen with FNaF was a video called Five Nights at Sesame Street. This is what caused this video, my video right now, the one you're watching, the one that probably has like less than 100 views right now. This is what caused this video to be called FNaF Traumatized Me. This Five Nights at Sesame Street, it truly damaged me. And here's the thing, I can't remember why. I really don't remember anything in that video. All I remember is that there was one like scene where it's Big Bird chasing a pregnant woman, and that's it. That's all I remember. I don't remember anything else about this video. But what I do remember was the following events. It was the very first time where I could not sleep at night. I was so scared that I would get like, I don't even know like what animatronic would get me. I didn't have an idea in my head like what animatronic would get me. I was just terrified of anything. Any like little like, you know when you're sleeping and there's like a little like unnatural noise, like there's a little like weird like, I don't know how to recreate it, but there's like something like hitting like the house, and it's like a weird noise. Like I immediately in my head, in my child head, I would just think that's an animatronic coming out to get me, like from like one of the videos, and it's like, and I would just be so terrified. I couldn't go to sleep. I was like, I remember thinking that it was like an anomaly that I would go to bed at like, well, it's like around like 8 to 9 o'clock. That's the time I went to go to bed, and I thought it was like unforbidden. It was ungodly if I was not asleep by 10 o'clock. I was awake at 11. Okay, I was awake at 11 because of what was going on. And I was still going to bed at around like 8 to 9 p.m. And so that's like a real crime. Not nowadays. I go to sleep at like 2 a.m. But we don't talk about that one. I remember any little weird noise, like the air conditioning turning on, like the little like. Actually, I don't know if this is normal, but like my air conditioning, when it turns on, it has like a button pressing noise. I don't know what buttons being pressed, but it like something like that would scare me because I would just immediately associate it with an animatronic, and like anything that was like weird noises coming from the window, it was just really scary. Like I couldn't sleep at night. I was just terrified of it. You want to know the messed up part about these like weird noises and anomalies? I can fully explain them to you right now. All right, some of these anomalies, it's an airplane passing by. That's the noise. That's one of the noises. And then the other noise, like the big one that was like haunting me, the one like the weird little noises hitting the window at night. That was it was just terrifying me. That was just wind. I was getting scared of wind. It was not, there wasn't anything crazy behind it. It was just wind. Anyways, I really wanted to complain about Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm really upset. No, I'm not. I'm actually very happy right now. My throat is very upset because I've been trying to record this video for 2 hours, and so that's kind of like it. There's a video where called Germa Gave Me Nightmares. I think that's the title, unless I changed it, which would be weird. You can go click on that one if you want. Anyways, that's it. That's it. I don't have an outro.